Hello, yeah, I'm in Manhattan. I'm out here to test. I got a Z8 Nikon, and on one of them I have the native 51.2, and the other one I have the Sony with the megadap adapter 51.2 GM2 lens. GM lens, GM2, whatever, GM lens. You know what I mean. So I want to see the comparison, the difference, show you how fast they both focus, and I want to see the colors and the accuracy of this lens. You know, all settings are the same, and put the settings the same. Lower the ISO. This is the one with the Sony attached. Okay. Sony attached. I'm gonna put it to 3D. Focus. It's on 3D focus. Okay. Pick up cars, humans, birds, whatever. I'm gonna try to take a few photos with the same people sitting still shots, so we can get similar shots. A few moving shots. See if I can swap cameras real quick. I'm gonna shoot both of them wide open, f1.2 in the beginning. What's it? Z8 51.2. And like I said, I'm gonna do the same settings for all. So I'm gonna lower the ISO on this one. I'm gonna put it at 400. 3200. ISO 400. 3200. Sony. The tracking both picked up a wide car, a wide bar came up there, and as fast. Nothing changed, as fast. Okay, let's shoot this Nathan truck here. Set up my other GoPro. Just a second, guys. Okay. Now this is what I want to see here, colors. Okay, same settings, 3200, 1.2. Sony. Nikon. So I'm gonna be shooting a lot, so don't mind me if I don't say which camera I'm using. So when I post stuff, I'll write at the bottom which was a Sony lens, the settings, which was the Nikon lens. And I'm going to pull out JPEG straight out of camera. I'm going to pull out RAW straight out of camera as well. Try not to touch all that. Okay, we got a bike guy. Wait for another bike guy with the Sony lens. So see, it picks up as fast, the focus. This adapter's a megadap adapter on this. You can hardly see it. Doesn't look like I have an adapter in here. And it focuses as fast as if I had a Sony Nikon lens on there. This guy with the bike here picks him up. Focused very fast. No problem. Colors. Sony, Nikon. Go to the horse. I'm wide open on all of them, 1.2. And that's the way I like to shoot. If I buy a lens 1.2, I shoot at 1.2. Horse. Up my picture. Nikon. Tuck my wires away. Sony lens. Sorry, with the Sony lens, the camera feels a lot lighter. The Nikon lens, it's more of a beefier lens and heavy. But, this camera's ergonomics feels great to the hand, like for my hands, and it's like it feels like a real camera, like beast, like it's a machine. I shot a lot of events with this so far, loving it. Color accuracy. See, I'm shooting mostly with the Sony. The track focus is picking up as fast, no delay. Nothing at all. Sony 51.2 attached to it. Nikon. Oh, picks up the face real quick.
Just with everything that's going on. Yeah. That's good.
Trying to find scenes and static people that can shoot the same without being noticed.
How are you?
50 Nikon. See, that's a perfect example. 50 with the Sony. 50 Nikon, 50 with the Sony. Like I said, the tracking and the focus similar to what the Nikon lens is doing with the same camera. I see no lag, I see no problem so far. Three points. Bit heavier in the hands compared to my Sony A7R5. Yeah, but it's a beast of a camera. Try to get some detail stuff like this. I'm gonna open up to 3.2. 3.2 aperture. 3.2 aperture. And same for this. 3.2. Live though. Huh? See what else you can pick up.
Cualquier cosa, si tú ves algo que es raro, que no te gusta, no me avisas.
I want to see the difference. Pulling with the highlights. 1.2. 1.2 again. 1.2. Filthy over here. So they got the cart with the lights there. Try this stuff. That was Sony. That was Nikon. Sony lens, Nikon lens. Shooting with the Nikon Z8, two Nikon Z8s. Okay, let's do this. 1/1250th of a second. 1.2 ISO 400. One 1250th of a second, 1.2, 100. I mean, looking through the screen when it renders the photo, they look identical to me. And the whole idea is trying to tell you how fast this adapter, and you hardly see it. I don't know if you can see it with a Sony 51.2 and a Z8 focuses as fast. I mean, I have invested in Sony. I have all the Sony lenses, A7 IVs, Infinite R5s. I was a Nikon shooter. I kept my Z6 IIs. I picked up a Z8 and I fell in love with it, and I picked up a second one, and I said I was going to use my Sony GM lenses, and so far they haven't failed me. So I'm going to do another review with the 35, with the 85. I think in my bag I have the 35, one Sony, and the 20mm. I'm going to do some wide shots with that, but I don't have the Nikon versions. But just to show you that how these lenses are all working flawlessly and they're focusing. Look at this, no problem. It's tracking and everything. Look, it's picking up the car, recognizes a car, puts a box around it. Pick up this guy on his bike over here. Perfect. Yeah. And you must say, why do I own 250s, 1.2s? You've had the Sony. Well, I wanted the Nikon version too, and why not? And there's days I feel like shooting with a Nikon line when I go to a wedding. There's days I want to shoot with the Sony. But I do take both of them with me. With the Nikons, the Z8s, I shoot a variable light. With my Sonys, I'm shooting wide angle lenses because they're lighter, they move around. So that's just me. I love to have everything.
Yes, big brother.
Yes, big brother. This taxi driver over here. New York taxi, the best. I used to drive taxi.
Drive taxi?
I used to drive yellow cab, New York.
Yes.
My hack license started with 47. New York City cab drivers, there you go. The best taxi. Okay, we're gonna shoot a Sony, and then we're gonna shoot a Nikon. Same settings. My man over here. The best. Yeah, give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Look at. Right. New York humor. Yeah, I like picking up these business guys with their suits here, with their briefcases. Let's see. We're near Radio City. Might as well walk down there. So, yeah, man. I mean, I like shooting with the Sony. It feels a lot lighter than the Nikon one. I love shooting with one hand, just like I shoot my Sony R5s, and I shoot with one hand. This one feels, like I said, a little heavier, but I do work out, and it's okay. I'm used to the weight. Feels, you know, pretty good. So I'm shooting a automatic white balance, RAW and JPEG, standard color, 3D, AFC, 8 frames a second, manual. Mahalaga, see? Trying to pick up people fast. I can see the Sony lens is adapting really quick. Yeah. I think this guy wants a taxi. Shoot a vertical shot. It's picking up fast. There's no problems, people. I know a lot of people hate adapters. I was one of them. Those other adapters back then, but this right here doesn't even look like I have an adapter. Works like there's a Nikon lens connected to it. No problem. Shut off my alarm. Yeah. Okay. Let's go down by Radio City and come back. Quiet. People are not out to lunch yet. Do a faraway shot with Radio City. I'm gonna shoot this shot. Nicey, nicey.
What are you there for? To help you rescue people?
Radio City. Radio City. Pick up this lady too. Tracking is working fast. Picked her up real quick. Yeah. Should have never bought the Nikon 50. Saved myself $2,100. I'll see the difference today. This guy holding an American flag up. There you go. Not bad. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Do some Radio City shots. I'm actually going to I'm going to pull out the 20 wide since we're here and attach to the Z8, the Sony 20 and the Sony 35 I have with me. Is tracking people walking by, picking up that guy there. You can see it even though I have my glasses on. No problem. No problem whatsoever. I'm gonna shoot one more like this. The Sony, so I can make a comparison later. I'm gonna shoot with the Nikon. Waiting for somebody to walk by, accept the car, and this is Nikon. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pull out the 20. And I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. I just took out the 50, put the 20 1.8 G lens Sony. Later on I'll do the 35 or maybe not. All right. Shoot some wide. Wow, what a difference. Okay, wait for these vehicles to come out of the way. And with this too, picking up, so just picking up the sanitation guy inside the car. This guy blocked my view. No problem. We move. We just want to get one shot. Sticky. I'm on 3D tracking focus, so it's trying to pick up everything. But I'm just saying, look, it's picking up the car. Picking up car. Picking up the guy with the bike. Tracked them, locked them. Who else is moving? Let's see. There's people across the street. It's picking up cars now. It's tracking those folks to the right. I don't know if you can see the screen. The white. It's picking up this guy. It's nice, but it's moving faster. Let's see. Get a corner shot. Ah, this lens is amazing. I love it. 20 down low. This person approaching, locked into her, picked up her face. Perfect. Guy with the bike, tracked them, no problem. Guy with this bike, tracked them, no problem. Yeah, now this is with the Sony with the adapter on a Z8 Sony. So if you have Sony line, you invested in Sony and you're looking to switch to Nikon, do not. I told a friend, we're shooting together at a wedding the other one day, and he showed me the Z8, and that's why I went and bought it. He goes, I want to buy the Nikon, the 35 when it comes out. I go, but you have Sony, use your Sony lenses. And he said, and I showed him the adapter I have. He goes, you couldn't believe it. I go, instead of wasting $2,000, invest $250 in this adapter and use your Sony lenses. He called me, he goes, the best thing he ever did, and I referred him to do. The best advice. And I bought 2 of these adapters, and I can use my whole Sony line. And the only 50 S lines I have is the 2470, 2.8, the 51.2. We have an 85 1.2, the 14 to 24, and the 70 200. I have basically the whole line of Nikon, I get it. And I have the identical Sony GM lenses as well. But when I want to use the Sonys and it's slider, here it is. Bringing down the shutter speed a little bit. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Sony 20.8. Yeah. This guy here with a beautiful bike. Track them, no problem. You know what? I'm gonna do a panning shot. Lower my exposures here. I'm gonna do a nice panning shot. That's one. Let's get the shots. This is in front of the. Hand holding at 1/25th of a second. And we'll see the shots. Now I'm still shooting with the Sony and a Z8 UPS like this. Something different. It's like a European UPS truck. Oh, picked up another car. One static, people and people walk. I'm gonna drop it down to 1/10 of a second.
There's some good practice.
There's some motion. Yeah, I'm gonna get some motion. Oh, this 20 lens looks amazing. There you go. Got a little motion there with the taxi. We'll do a vertical. One more. Maybe a yellow cab come by soon. One more, I promise. I get out of this corner. Got overexcited. It's working perfect. You get people. So we are need a faster taxi going by. Too much traffic. Where do these cars come from? It was fine just a minute ago. See a little motion movement. Maybe I'll pick up people walking. Okay. That's enough of that. Let me cross and I'll put back the 50. All in here is nice for people walking through. Did I say I was done with this corner? I think I have one more shot I want to do.
Seeing a lot of it now, and like allied health and shit like that, right?
Wow, handheld. I gotta see this shot. I am at 1/10 of a second. I just handheld that shot. Remember that shot. Got a light cast going on here, the lights on top. I'm shooting at 1/10 of a second. You wouldn't be able to do that years ago, but I want to see how these turn out. Now let me go back up to normal and get some nice 2.5. Picked up the guy right there. Perfect. Just tracked him. Picked up his face, eye recognition. I'm telling you, I save a lot of money buying all these lenses. Wow. I guess so. Not so longer session than I thought. I don't know. People staring at me. I got 2 GoPros on my chest, 2 cameras. Yeah. Yeah. Just want to show you guys what I look like. Right, we have some nice lighting going on here. Reflection off that building is nice. Got a nice Jeep over here. Jeep. Got a bunch of people over here. Waiting. This lens is so accurate. I love this 20. Wow. One day is hot, one day is cold. Today's 75, yesterday was 50. I don't think I'm gonna put the 35 on here. It's gonna react the same. Focus as fast. I'm just liking the wide right now, just photographing. And show you the photos out of it later. But what I'm truly trying to say is that it is working. And me talking about this adapter, I bought it with my own money. I found it after somebody had used it. I can't remember who. I said, let me give it a try because I do have Sony lenses. I was not a believer always of adapters, 250 bucks. They're gonna lag, blah, blah, blah. Had nothing to lose, 30 days to return. I kept it and I went and bought another one because it's working. And I bought another one because I have a lot of Sony lenses. Sometimes I want to put 2 other Sony lenses up here. And when I do street photography, maybe I do want to slap on my 50 and it feels like I mean, I've done some street photography and events with my 50, the Nikon, the new one, the 51.2. I'll tell you, man, the photos coming out of the camera, even raw, I didn't even have to edit. That's how the colors were and the contrast, the clarity, it's amazing. So I want to see now when we go back with the 50, compare the photos and see. Drop down to back to, this one is 1.8. Okay. But it's working. It's tracking. It's tracking the person in front of me. Locks in. Quick shot, sideways, street. Maybe missed her, but you get the idea. And those of you who are familiar with the Z8 or the Z series, like this camera has, I like you to put a box around the face and whatever's in that box will focus. I use that at events actually, it's pretty helpful. So I go from 3D to what's it called? Box wide, and then you got rectangular wide. So I stick to like wide, It's a square box, so whatever you place in there is going to focus in there. If there's a face in there, it's going to pick up the eyes within that square box. I find this system pretty neat. Pretty neat. And you know, listen, I gotta be honest, I gotta be fair. I do events, and I'm a Sony shooter as well. Now, is the Sony better in focusing? Yeah, kind of. The way it selects, focus, and locks in. But this is as good. The only difference within this one is sometimes you're focusing on that face like you want, and it jumps behind to another person's face which you want. In that situation, I put my shortcut to not to 3D track, so wherever I put it, because I was shooting continuous focus, it locks in, and I move my my little joystick here to where I want it. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So, and I have a little shortcut down here that I press. Function 1, I have it just in case I run into a situation like that. I have that set to auto ISO, not 3D tracking, and does everything automatically. And trust me, bells you out 100%, and the photos is as good. Camera does the choices for you, ISO, auto. And I've done events last time. I did a wedding, a baptism, and you wouldn't think I was in a different mode, different setup. And what you get, you got to learn how to play. You know, learn your cameras. I'm a Sony shooter and a Nikon shooter. So picture me, right? And a Nikon Z8 too. So I play like, it's almost like playing 5 different instruments. And your hands get, you know, muscle memory. And there's times I think I'm shooting Sony and I'm trying to rotate because I have rotate shutter and I have my ISO on this button here. And then it's the opposite. I come to the Nikon, I do the same, what I do to Nikon, I do the Sony. So but I love it. I love the challenge. I've shot Nikon, Sony, and I have a Fuji. Yes, I do own a Fuji too. So I know all the menu inside out. I have no problem. People say, "Oh, the menu sucks. The menu's this." Listen, when you know one camera and you go in there and you read what it does, you just have to memorize it. It's not reading the book. Is just open your camera, go into the menu, and just what does it say there? Autofocus continues. Set. That's all it is. It's not a, you don't gotta go to college for this thing. People get scared over the big menu and the menus. I've heard people say, I won't go to Sony because their menu sucks. That's dumb to say. I mean, why not? You're missing out on a great camera. You know, I won't go to Nikon because their menu sucks because I'm used to Sony. You're missing out, I'll tell you that much. So if you drive, if you're stuck to driving, you wanna, hold on. Too noisy here, too noisy, hold on. So, it's like saying, listen, I bought a Honda Accord and I'm used to that car. Well, now I'm driving another car because, no, you can't. You'll be driving the same car forever. You can drive a stick shift, 5 different cars, different stick shift, they all respond different. 5 different automatic cars, they all respond different. You know, the radio button will be somewhere different. The windshield washer fluid will be somewhere different. Your wipers. That doesn't mean it's going to stop you from buying the car. Then you're stuck with one car for the rest of your life. People are afraid of change. That's the problem. When people are afraid of change, you know, you're missing out. You're really missing out, you know. So I like every new camera that comes out. I go buy it and I learn it. And even every Nikon that comes out, it's different. I'm pretty sure the Z6 II, you got shortcuts somewhere else. You're used to one shortcut here. One camera has one less function, button less, so now you're figuring out because you're used to those shortcuts. So, listen, it's preference. That's what I like to do. I have no problem, but to say I won't buy the camera because the menu system sucks or I don't know how to use the menu, it's not up to par, that's dumb. That's really dumb. Yeah. The Z8, it's the best thing I bought. Yeah. People might call me crazy because I own a Sony A7R5 as well. And they're like, oh my God, you crazy? You have a Sony A7R5, you bought a Z8? I go, yeah. You know, I'm like the guy who has a house and I have 4 different cars. Am I going to go buy the 4 same Hondas or 4 same Are you gonna buy four same looking Ferraris? No, you're gonna buy 4 different Ferraris. That's how I am with my camera system. I like to have different ones. I love when I pick up one camera and it functions different than the other. So, and at the end of the day, it's all about editing skills, guys. You know that. We could shoot this scene right here, right now, and take a photo, and we can edit it different. Okay, I'm gonna go get on my bike, go somewhere different, grab some other photos. Talk to you again. Okay, guys. I am in Times Square. Z8 again. Z8s times 2. Both connected with the 50. The Nikon here. You guys are familiar with the Naked Cowboy. And the Z8 with the Sony attached. There's some people photography here with the Sony attached. See how good it locks, which I don't have no problem so far. Tracking people. No problem tracking people. Little cowboy. Photographers, lock on 100%, bump up the ISO just a little bit. People. Pick them up. Close to near 80 today. After we had some weather locked into his eyes, perfect. Very happy with this camera and this lens combo with this adapter. I don't know if I had seen one negative review. Remember, everything sometimes it's user error. People trying to connect this with Tamron lenses and Sigma lenses. I don't know about that. I like expensive lenses, and you get what you pay for. Sorry about that, but that's the way I am. I buy quality to work with quality. Walk around here a little bit, do some shots. People. Oh, and I have it to crop sensor mode. Let me do a crop shot. Look. Crop DX, cropped in. Perfect. No problem. And a little bit of Park Avenue. Interesting area here. Open up to 1.2 with the Z8 and the Nikon lens. Capture some people chit-chatting here during lunch. salad. Girls just having salad. Colors. This is what I like to compare, is the colors. Colors. Yeah, so I'm trying to see the difference in colors when I bring it in a JPEG and a RAW. The lighting is nicer. It's flecking off the building. Pretty cool. Green. What the hell did I just bracket? No, nobody wants to bracket. Sony track the car, put a box. It's so amazing, tracking system. Down low, got some people sitting there. Pretty cool. I don't know if I take a picture of them. I didn't pull the trigger, of course not. But keep pressing on the bracket button. These businessmen here put the thing on the foreground, lock up in his face. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Oh, jerk chicken. Maybe I'll do some jerk chicken. I like that up there. turn on my other. Okay guys, thank you for making it this far. If you watch this little long or short little video, hope you got the idea of how I use the Sony lens on the Nikon Z8 with the megadap ETZ adapter Pro. And as you saw, and from my experience, I had no problem whatsoever. I didn't even think I had a Sony lens attached. Focus was perfect. No focus breathing, as sharp. All the sensors picked up the 3D, the tracking, sharpness is there. And you saw from the photos, Nikon lens, Sony lens, few edited ones, and looks pretty damn good to me. Even with the 20 when I attached, I have shot with a 135 as well. I've shot with all the GM Sony lenses and no hiccups with any other lenses. As good as a Nikon. Not when I say as good as a Nikon, I really do like the Nikon 51.2. It has a little better color, contrasty, or I don't know how you want to call it, but I see a little bit of a difference. I like the Nikon lens, but when you edit them, if you look at JPEG straight out of camera, no big difference. It's amazing. So if you guys got Sony lenses laying around and you picked up a Z8, go buy this adapter. And it's the best $250 you ever spend. Thank you.